Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Becca, and it has been a while since I have pulled out the camera. I just have a lot of Disney content to finish editing and uploading and all of that, and honestly, I've been so busy with things that are just not vlog worthy that I just haven't pulled out the camera. But this weekend, we are expected to be getting a pretty large winter storm, and we're not used to that here. I mean, we typically get one good snowstorm a year, but we aren't equipped. We don't have a whole bunch of snow plows and things like that. And originally when they talked about this storm, it was going to be a whole lot of snow, but it has kind of shifted, and now we are anticipating ice. And in fact, the most recent update I read this morning from the National Weather Service quite literally said, expect to lose power and expect life-threatening cold temperatures before your power comes back on. So, your girl's a little stressed, but, we're prepared. We don't own a generator or anything like that, but we've got groceries, we've got stuff to keep us through if we do keep power, and then we've also got stuff to keep us through if we lose power. And yeah, we're just gonna be here hanging out. But it has definitely taken a toll on my mental health these past few days. Why is this not hot? It's definitely taken a toll on my mental health, just being prepared for this and getting anxious and all of that. So, and also this particular forecast has been so all over the place that it doesn't help. And that is no meteorologist's fault. And also I feel like society in general, there are a lot of people out there who like to get the first story out, and that applies to weather too. So you just see so much fear mongering and stuff online that I just had to take a step back and only look at the people that I know and trust, which is Nash Severe Weather. We love you. Because I realized I was reading a whole bunch of hoopla that we just don't really know. And even the people who are most experienced, weather has a mind of its own. So last night I got home and I just kind of decompressed. I tried really hard not to be on my phone. I caught up on some YouTube vlogs that calmed me down. I took a nice shower and listened instead of excuse me. Instead of listening to normal true crime podcasts and stuff, I actually listened to some lo-fi music and just kind of chilled. And then I folded laundry and watched vlogs and just kind of sat on the couch and just relaxed. So feeling a little refreshed today, and just thinking there's only so much we can control, and everything that we can't control we're good on right now. So today I have one of my first appointments to get my name changed. So that's an exciting thing, and that is kind of the reason I pulled out the vlog, is because I wanted to kind of talk through that. I will say, I think I would be a little bit lost on the whole name changing process if I didn't have the newly named box. So any girlies who are getting married soon, put one of those on your registry. It was recommended to me by my friend Peyton, and then my friend Morgan bought it for me off of my registry, and it has been a lifesaver. So it kind of gives you a step-by-step guide of everything you need when you so when it was gifted to me, I just got a gift receipt so I could go online and order it, because you do custom order your newly named box. So you put in there what bank accounts you have, what you're wanting to change, what you don't need, all of those things. So it's just been really helpful, and it literally gives you a step-by-step guide on how to do each thing. And the first thing is changing your name with Social Security. So
that's what we're doing today. And then I also have an appointment to change my ID in the next couple of weeks. But once you kind of get your Social Security in line, it seems like everything else you can kind of start doing all at once, whereas you have to do your Social Security first before you can really do it anywhere else. But the newly named box has been so helpful with that, and so, yeah, I just wanted to recommend it to anybody who might be getting married this year. Man, my hair is so thick, you guys. But yeah, that's what we're doing today. I am going to work for a little while because Monday was Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I was off, and so I just kind of swapped my days around. But we're expecting to... Originally, they kind of talked about the storm hitting like late tonight into early tomorrow morning, but it seems like it's kind of moving a little bit slower. So looks like it may start like after we wake up tomorrow, a little after we wake up tomorrow. But we'll see. This might end up being like a chill vlog where you sit with us while we wait out this winter storm, or it might be a little more chaotic. We'll see. Like, I envision like snow days and stuff. I love to just relax, do puzzles, watch shows, things like that. And if that's what happens, that's going to be like a really chill, relaxing vlog. But if we lose power and stuff, I'm going to try to chat with you through those days. And it might not feel as chill as watching me do a puzzle would, but yeah. As far as preparations go, like I said, we do have all of our groceries. I got what we needed, and then I am currently working on charging all of our power banks. My car, I will probably top off my car's gas tank when I come home tonight. I do have, I think, like half a tank right now, but probably top it off. Yeah. We've got a ton of blankets in this house. Obviously, we have all of our clothes, so that's another thing that I was doing to prepare is I'm making sure that kind of all of our laundry is through the washer, especially because it's been so cold. Like, I've been wearing my warm clothes. I'm probably, this is just in case. Okay, I'm trying to be prepared, but I'll probably take a shower tonight. Or even like super early tomorrow. We'll probably fill up our bathtub. I think I'm a little bit sensitive about this kind of a thing because I have a lot of family and friends who live in Texas. Obviously, I grew up in Texas. I was not there for the grid storm from a few years ago, but I saw what a lot of my friends and family went through, and I'm really nervous about it happening again to them and now to us, because they're also expecting ice, and yeah, I don't know. It's just gonna be an interesting weekend, and I'm just being fully transparent. I'm a little nervous about it, but as Ryan told me last night, we've done everything we can to prepare, and we have each other, and we will get through it together. So, with that being said, I'm going to stop yapping, finish getting ready, and then I will see you when I see you. Hello, guys. It is a lot later. I did not, in fact, bring my camera with me today, so you didn't get much vlog footage, and I'm really sorry for that. I'm getting used to bringing the camera out again, and so that means sometimes I forget it. But today, my appointment at the Social Security office went well. I thought, so when you walk in, there's a sign on the door that basically says, like, most things that you need to do at the Social Security office require an appointment. So I walk in, and there's like probably 20 people in the lobby just sitting there. I checked in, and I sat down, and I was like fully expecting all of these people in the lobby to also have an appointment. And so I'm like, well, I'm going to be sitting here for a while. Y'all, I was in and out of that building within 10 minutes. It was incredible. So, I was nervous. about the whole experience. I just don't like new things that I've never done before. But it was great. I mean, like I said, super quick, super easy. Now I just wait for my card to come in the mail. And yeah, that's it for that portion. Now the next steps are going to be changing my ID, my passport, all the fun things. But that was the first big step. And according to the Social Security office, my last name is now Tremendous. Okay, so then after that, I went to, there's a Dutch Bros right nearby. So I got a celebratory Dutch Bros. Dutch Bros and La La Land are kind of like treat coffees to me, in the sense of like both of them are very sweet. I much prefer La La Land, but there's not a La La Land. There's only one La La Land around here, and it's not anywhere near where I was today. So I chose Dutch Bros. So I got a celebratory Dutch Bros, and then I ended up going and running an errand for my job. I got lunch, and I hung out at work for a couple of hours, just did a couple things around the house. All the kids were at school because they're escaping this storm. I'm jealous. They decided to escape, so they're gone. They're going to be gone for a couple of days. So I was just prepping the house, just making sure everything was picked up, cleaned, all that. So that when they come home, they'll have a nicely made beds, nicely made house, all the things. So then I came home, and I have officially, for now, caught up on all my Disney work. It feels like a big weight has been lifted up off of my shoulders, because I've been kind of behind in some of those things. So I finally just finished them up. I wanted to get them finished before the storm hit, because if I don't have power or Wi-Fi or things like that, like, I'm not sitting there worrying about it. So that's officially done, and I caught up on all the laundry so that we don't have any laundry to do. I kind of tidied up. I made the bed. I washed our sheets and duvet cover last week, and when I take the duvet cover off, it usually takes me like a week to put the cover back on the duvet insert. It's such a pain. So I put the duvet cover on, I made the bed, kind of cleaned up upstairs, and I came downstairs, made sure everything was charged, going through all the things. We've got a couple of flashlights. I bought a big candle. I bought a new lighter for the candle, just in case we have any power outages, things like that. Yeah, I think we're as prepared as we can be for the storm. And now Ryan's at the gym, so I think I am going to finish episode 6 of Heated Rivalry. I'm excited. I've never read the books. Everyone was telling me, you have to watch Heated Rivalry. I can't talk. You have to watch Heated Rivalry. You have to watch Heated Rivalry. I'm a big sports girly. I always joke that my favorite genre of book is sports romance. And so the fact that I haven't read these books before now is wild. That reminds me, I did charge my Kindle, but I need to make sure that I download. The first book in the Heated Rivalry series just came through on Libby. So I need to make sure that's downloaded, because I am definitely going to be reading that this weekend. But yeah, I've watched episodes 1 through 5. I'm obsessed. Not that anybody cares to know my thoughts, but my thoughts are the first 2 episodes, I was like, okay. Like, not that it was bad. I just like sustenance of a relationship. If that makes sense. And clearly for the first, however long, I also had a hard time following all the time jumps, but clearly whatever they had going on for the first 2 episodes was not a storybook romance, if you know what I'm saying. So the first 2 episodes, I was like, okay. The 3rd episode, loved. And then now we're getting into like the juiciness of what's potentially going to be a relationship. And so I'm about to start episode 6. We're about to go to the cabin, which I don't know what that means, but I hear everyone saying it. So yeah. With that, I think this is where I hang up for the night. My phone is blowing up. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Oh, it's my family. Okay. We're all checking in on each other. My family's located in Texas, and they're also experiencing the storm, and it's starting tonight for them, where it's starting in the morning for us. So that's what's happening here. But my mom and grandma are actually in California, so they that was an already planned thing. They had to adjust plans a little bit, but yeah, so we've got the family group chat going so that we can check in on each other throughout this entire experience. But anyways, as I was saying, with that being said, I think this is where I stop vlogging for the night. And yeah, I will talk to you guys soon. Bye. One more message from Kylo and I before I put the camera up for the night. This camera, I'm going to charge it tonight, but I don't know how much camera battery I'll have throughout the next few days, obviously, if we lose power. So I don't know how much vlogging I'm going to do, but we will try our best. And with that being said, Kylo says good night. Good morning, you guys. Sorry, big stretch. It has been snowing for about an hour now, and I wanted to show you what it's looking like so far. Coming down pretty consistently right now, and it's supposed to transition to some freezing rain later, which I'm not looking forward to, but I just love the look of snow. What do you think about the snow? Huh? I know it's very cold. Sorry, I opened the door and it's very cold. Hello, are you excited? Are you excited? No? She doesn't want to be touched. He's like, Mom, leave me alone. Hi. Say hi. Say hi to the vlog. Say hi to the vlog. Meow. You don't want to say hi? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. He's still waking up. Even though you woke me up at 6:30 this morning waiting for your food. Right? Well, hello, you guys. I have completely neglected to pick up the camera. We are definitely snowed and iced in. It's actually, I might open the door really fast and just show you because there's a little bit of sunlight left. I'm gonna be rudely awakened by how cold it is, but I don't know how well the camera picks it up, but the trees are covered in icicles. There are trees down all around us. It's freezing. This is basically just a sheet of ice. We had some rain today because it got up to be like 34 degrees. So we ended up having a little bit of rain and it kind of melted a little bit of stuff, but it is really cold again and it's going to be incredibly cold for the next 2 days. So we'll see what it looks like. I have completed one book so far. I read Game Changer, the first book by Rachel Reed in the Heated Rivalry series, because I'm obsessed with the show, and I obviously had to start reading the books. So I picked that one up. I finished it in less than 24 hours. My next book, I'm not really sure what I'm going to read next. I do have a lot of books suspended on Libby right now that I might unsuspend one and see how long it takes me to get it. But I also downloaded a couple of books just in case we lost power. Oh my gosh, going up the stairs made me out of breath. But we have not lost power. Thank goodness. There are a lot of people who have lost power, and we are very fortunate to say that so far we have not lost power. We prepared for everything, so I don't know. They're saying there's going to be heavy winds tonight that could bring down more power lines and more trees, things like that. So we're not in the clear yet. But yeah, tomorrow's supposed to be single digits. There are supposed to be days where it feels like negative temperatures. So unfortunately, I don't think this ice and snow is going anywhere anytime soon. So, but yeah, I honestly think that I really want to bake. I don't know if I'm going to bake tonight or if I'm going to bake tomorrow, because we're definitely not going to work tomorrow. So I want to bake, I want to complete a puzzle, and I want to start a new book, another book. there's football on tonight, so probably won't watch any shows tonight or anything like that, but Ryan's in the middle of a show. I'm not a big TV person. Like, I like TV shows, and I'll watch shows, like, here and there, and I have my shows that I love, but I'd rather sit and read a book than watch a show. So, that's where we're at. I hope that everyone else out there is staying safe and warm and all of the things. I'm daydreaming about getting somewhere tropical, and I don't have any tropical vacations planned for several months. So, anyways, I don't really know how much I'll be on the camera tonight, but just in case I don't see you again tonight, I hope that everyone stays safe, warm, and we'll talk to you later. Good morning, you guys. It's too cold out for me to go outside and show you what it looks like out, but I did want to show you how much ice there is. I mean, you can see the street is pure ice. It's not even snow anymore. Like, maybe there's some snow under it, but it's just pure ice. We are getting some sunshine today, which will potentially help a little bit of melting, but it is so cold out. It's 11 degrees, so I'm not sure how much melting will get done today, even though the sun is finally out, but I did see one truck drive by this morning, but everyone else is kind of staying put. Yeah, it's cold. I am probably just going to read a book today. I started Woman Down by Colleen Hoover last night. I'm not sure if I'll complete that one. I'm only a couple chapters in, but it's just kind of like meh. But also, my Libby delivered Heated Rivalry to me last night, so that was a quick turnaround between book 1 and 2, and I think I might start and potentially finish Heated Rivalry today. The book. We'll see. Also, I can't really tell on this little screen if you can see it or not, but look how thick the icicles are on this tree. I hope you can see. It is insane how thick these tree limbs are. I've never seen anything like it. It's wild. Hello guys, it is Thursday. I am pulling this out because I realized I haven't really recorded anything from the past few days, mostly because we really have not really left the house. The devastation in Nashville has been truly just something I've never seen before. It's different than anything I've ever seen before. If you haven't seen anything about it, we had a little bit of a snowstorm, and then on top of snow, we got freezing rain, which turned into basically giant sheets of ice everywhere. On tree branches, on cars, on power lines, on everything. Everything was just ice, thick ice. And people's trees were falling, people's power lines are falling, people have been without power for days and days. Fortunately, we are very blessed. We never lost power. Our HVAC system had a little bit of a struggle with producing heat. But even so, we turned our unit off for, I don't know, more than half a day. From 8 a.m. until 2 or 3 p.m. one day, and it still only got down to about 67 degrees in our house from the normal 70. So fortunately, our house kind of kept in that heat, and it turns out we think that our HVAC unit just needed a little bit of a break, because once we turned it back on, it started producing that heat again. But there are so many people in Nashville who have not had power for days, have not had heat for days. People are staying in hotels with their kids and their dogs, and streets are really hard to get through right now because there are just trees down everywhere. A lot of schools around here are out the entire week. The roads have cleared up from ice, at least where I live. And where I live, we're not really surrounded by a whole lot of big trees just in our area. So we haven't really seen that. But some of the roads I drive every day to work, I've seen clips of online and on the news, and it's just like devastating. So, yeah, it's just been a really weird week in Nashville. My heart is heavy. I don't really know, like, I've been seeing people post things about where you can donate money and donate a meal to linemen and things like this, and buy gift cards for small businesses and things like that to help them through this. So I think today I'm going to kind of sit down and think about some of my favorite small businesses in town and maybe buy a couple gift cards so that I can use them in the future and support them now. Yeah, I mean, this has just been one of the craziest things I've ever seen. And I know some of you people up north are like, oh, we deal with snow all the time. Like, this is not even snow. It is ice. Yes, there's snow at the very bottom because it snowed for a few hours at the start of it, but it is pure ice. Like, if I took you outside, our front walkway was a sheet of ice. I had to, like, basically slide to get out. We've been a handful of places. The other night we walked over to one of the restaurants near us, and it was packed. So we ended up having to go to even a different restaurant. There's a couple restaurants nearby, like close enough to walk. One was completely packed and one had like 3 patrons inside. But yeah, I mean, it's just been so wild. I just feel so blessed that we have had the power and the heat resources, and a lot of our friends also kept their power on. Some of our friends were out of power for days, and one of my friends, Brittany, you may have seen her on here before, Ryan was about ready to get in the car and drive 45 minutes to an hour to get her because her house was so cold. But she ended up getting somewhere with a fireplace, thank goodness. But it's just been like the wildest time. I think, we kind of knew, we prepared for what was to come. And people, like, I wouldn't even say I was shocked that this was happening because we follow Nash severe weather. If you're a Nashville person, But they were saying that we were going to have this ice build up and expect trees to fall, expect power lines to fall, expect this, that, and the other, expect power to go out. So I think we all kind of knew that this could happen, but I don't think we understood to the extent the damage that it could cause. So we've been checking in on our people. We've been staying safe. Anyways, it's just been an interesting week, but there really has not been anything to show off in the vlog. I mean, except outside, and it's so cold I don't even want to go outside. Yeah. Anyways.